That's right. When the pigs show up, they gonna show up with their guns.
Yes, sir.
We ain't gonna do nothing but show up with our guns.
That's right, brother.
Then they gonna start shooting. Oh, then we gonna start shooting.
That's right, brother.
And I'm telling you, all of them. Every last one of them gonna get shot.
That's right.
And all of us is gonna get shot. All of us is gonna die together. Make it happen.
Black power! Yeah, black power! That's us, black power, brother. Power to the... Shit, man, them fools crazy.
Trump, constantly talking about, sending the National Guard here, sending the National Guard there, so this is the time to really, be locked in the spirit, man. Don't be out here moving reckless, man. Don't be out here doing some things that's stupid that can put you and other brothers in jeopardy, man. Because Esau is looking for anything now. The scope has always been on this. Okay, they always looking for something to get Jake caught up on. Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKodash, the wonders to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, wonders and salutations to the hopeful elect, which is word, truth, sincerity. This is the brother to Robert Cobb out here in GMS Inland Empire. Come back with another pre-workout this week. And this week I want to go into is being circumspect, man. You see what's going on out here. You see Esau out here getting, cut down, man, and there's a lot going on in the spirit, there's a lot going on in Babylon. Trump, constantly talking about, sending the National Guard here, sending the National Guard there, so this is the time to really, be locked in the spirit, man. Don't be out here moving reckless, man. Don't be out here doing some things that's stupid that can put you and other brothers in jeopardy, man. Because Esau is looking for anything now. The scope has always been on this. Okay, they always looking for something to get Jake caught up on. So we don't want to give him that advantage, man. The scripture say we are not ignorant to Satan's devices, man. Unless he should get the advantage of us, man. We don't want to give him the advantage. That's why we conduct ourselves in the manner which we as we do. There is a code of conduct when you come into the truth, and it's spiritual because that's how this is what's going to keep us from being blameless, being spotless, okay, by simply obeying what the scriptures say, okay.
Yeah, bless the peacekeepers.
Yep, that's right. Let's go right into it. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, "See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise," right? Because in order for you to be circumspect, you got to know what's going on around you. You got to know the times that we're living in. You got to know what kind of vibrations are going on out there, You got to move accordingly, man. If you see that things is getting hot in a certain place, you don't want to be out there in the midst of those things when those things are going down. Case in point, we had the whole ICE situation. You had guys that call themselves Israelites. They was going down there to them protesters. That's foolish. Mm-hmm. That's not being wise, man. Because if something were to go down, and gunfire, motherfuckers start shooting, and you get hit or a brother get hit, that's gonna be on you, man. Because you shouldn't have been out there. Just using that as an example, man. So as you see things, we see things start to, you know, escalate, because it's all prophecy. Why you think this is going to say, you know, when that time comes, it's going to be a famine in the world? Because we ain't going to be out here when all this shit is popping off, man. You know, the Lord's going to hide his prophets. So I'm just putting this out there, man. You know, don't be out here moving reckless. All right? It says, redeeming the time because the days are evil, and the days are evil, man. As the days come and go, it's going to be more evil, man. You know, and all this stuff that's going on right now, that ain't nothing, man. That's just the tip of the iceberg, man. You know, because once there's total anarchy out here, there's total chaos out here, it's gonna go to a whole another level of violence, man. You know, it's gonna say it's gonna be a time like no other, man. You know, so this is why us, you know, starting our Apostle L's on down, you know, we're preparing ourselves spiritually, you know, restoring, you know, our treasures in heaven. Okay, we're building one another up, you know, so when that time does come, you know, we'll have that stability, you know, and it starts with the mind, man, you know, and that's why the Spirit been getting on the apostles, brothers, apostles, elders, and different brothers going and, you know, exercising, you know, doing things that's going to, you know, put you in that mind frame, man. Because when all hell breaks loose, you know, we ain't going to have all this shit that we have now. The only thing we're going to have to fall back on is our faith and belief in Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
All right? A few more verses. It says, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And see, understanding the will of the Lord, that's where the stability is going to kick in, man. If you have if you understand the will of the Lord, you're gonna behave wisely, man. You're not gonna be out here, you know, getting caught up like the rest of these people out here, man. Okay? You see Jake, they trying to make Jake the face of terror. Okay? They keep running that story with that Jake down in Charlotte with that Ukraine woman. It's like, come on, man. What average Jake is gonna do that? You know, but that's the you know, the angle that Esau gonna, you know, that he's gonna use. You know, but like the brothers been saying, that shit ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work on the elect. All right.
That's right.
One more verse, it says, and be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Right. You gotta be sober minded, man. Okay. Don't be you know, getting caught up in, you know, wherever that wine could be. You know, it could be actual wine, or it could be, you know, the things of this world. Don't be getting caught up into this world, man, to the point where you're not knowing what the hell is going on, because when you're drunk, you're not aware.
That's
you
right.
know, and it said, be filled with the Spirit, man. You know, when you're walking in the Spirit, you're not going to be looking to please the flesh, because that's what gets, you know, the majority of our people in the fucked up predicament, man, because they following after their flesh, they're not following after the Spirit, because the Lord has rejected them. He hasn't given them this truth, this God. Okay, this is our God. Okay, the Word, the truth. Okay, the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, if we fill with that, then that means you know, the Spirit's gonna guide us, man. You know, wherever situation may come befall us or comes in our way, you know, the Spirit is gonna navigate us. You know, the Lord's gonna give us the Spirit gonna give us what we should say, what we should answer, and how we should move. You know, by simply putting our trust in the Lord. That's it, man. You know, we ain't gonna sit here and rely on our, you know, this carnal BS like Esau does, man. Because Esau, that's what they about. That's their blessing, the sword and all that, man. You know, our power is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, you know, just want to put that out there to be circumspect, all of us. So with that, we give all the Lord praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakatadash, the moms, the apostles, and the elder great most, and it's like thank you for the brothers out there pushing this word to sincerity. Shalom, shalom.